Alright, so we're checking out the Dragon Touch K10 Max Android tablet. This is a 10-inch tablet, 1920 by 1200 in resolution, so it's not quite 16 by 9, it's a little bit taller, so the videos will get a black bar top and bottom. There's a ton of these 10-inch tablets on Amazon, and so I'm going to try and help you guys differentiate what the different ones are and why this one it costs a little bit more. It's about $140. The prices can range. It can go as low as $130 and as high as $150. But you get some different things with the various price levels. So this one here comes with an IPS panel. It's higher resolution than most. The glass on here is not Gorilla Glass as far as the specs are concerned, so they have put a screen protector on here, and it's not going to be easy to see, but there's a plastic screen protector on here, which I am not particularly fond of. I would prefer the feeling of the glass, but I think that this is a softer glass, so it'll scratch, so I would recommend leaving it on if you do get this. Now the back here is metal, and actually the whole body is metal, so a lot of the cheaper Android tablets are going to come in plastic. This one comes with 3 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of storage, so it's a little bit more than most. A lot of the cheaper ones that are around $100 will come with 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of storage, or they'll give you a lower resolution screen like 1280 by 800 instead of 1920 by 1920 by 1200. So, you know, when you look at some of the cheaper 10-inch tablets out there, they're going to give you lower resolution screen, maybe not as nice of a screen, plastic body. Those kind of things give you a cheaper price. Now that being said, at this price point, it's not a performance beast. I think that this is mainly going to be for things like consuming content, like reading ebooks, watching videos, surfing the web, that kind of thing. I do have a few games on here. You can play some games on this. Depending upon the game, it's somewhat playable, though with this plastic screen protector on here, it is somewhat hard to maneuver. I'm not much of a gamer myself, but I think that the screen protector here does kind of limit your ability to use the on-screen controls. So if you're going to be doing gaming on this, you might want to use a Bluetooth controller. I think you'll have a better experience if you do that. But overall, this is not anything close to being one of the faster processors or graphics out there. So this is mainly going to be for consuming things like reading books and watching videos and surfing the web. So this does come with Android 9 on here, and apparently there's no Android 10 update for this. So if you're looking for a tablet that has Android 10, this probably is not going to get the updates, so something to be aware of. But it does run the stock Google interface here. It's not skinned with anything like unusual, so there's no other bloatware that's on here that's going to be running in the background that's going to be hindering your performance. So the battery life on here is pretty good. They're claiming about 10 hours of video playback. I think the standby time is pretty good too. I think I've had this on for about a week and a half before I had to charge it back up again, which I just did. And as you can see, the battery life will be pretty good depending on your usage pattern, how much videos you're watching, how much performance you're going to be draining from this particular tablet. The cameras on here there's a front-facing one and a back one. They're not very good, so I don't recommend using them for pretty much anything. So they're just there just because they put them in there, but I think it would have been better if they just left them out and maybe cut the price by $10 or something like that. Now I mentioned it does have 32 gigabytes of onboard storage, but if you want to add more storage, there is a slot over here where you can add up to 128 gigabyte of micro SD card storage, and then there is it's a USB Type-C port here for charging and data transfer. It does come with a USB Type-C cable and a wall adapter that outputs 5 volts at 2 amps. So in terms of the panel brightness, I would say that it's not definitely one of the brighter ones out there. It's sufficient, but for indoor use, it's you're going to be able to have a good picture. But if you're trying to use it outdoors, I wouldn't recommend this panel or this tablet. It's not that bright for outdoor use. In terms of the audio, there's 2 stereo speakers here on the bottom, and it does get fairly loud. But again, if you are looking for massive amounts of volume, I would recommend connecting this up to a Bluetooth speaker to get the best audio possible. Yeah, so overall, I've been enjoying this tablet for the last couple of weeks, and I mainly just use it for watching videos. I do occasionally, do some reading on this, but it is a bit heavy to hold. And so if you're trying to do some reading in like, say, in your bed or at the desk, it is a bit heavy. So I like to put this on like a table and just watch videos off of it using a small stand. I think that's what this would be probably best for. In terms of like reading and surfing the web and checking email on this, I would just use my smartphone for something like that, because it's a lot lighter and smaller. Mainly this bigger screen is going to be best for things like videos. Anyway, so that's my take on this tablet. And again, as I mentioned earlier, if you're looking for something cheaper, you're going to have to make some compromises in terms of less RAM, less storage, or maybe a screen that has a lower resolution. So this basically has like the most of the specs for the lower budget end tablets. You can go higher end, of course, like a Samsung or some name brand tablet that's going to give you more RAM, more storage, etc. But of course, you're going to be paying more for that, of course. So basically, you kind of get what you pay for in terms of value for money. Anyway, if you found this tablet interesting and if you want to check it out, there's going to be a link down in the description. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.